Hey, I just wanted to say hello to anybody out there who's listening. I just came in today just to
Hey, I just wanted
check
to
to
say hello
see
to
how
anybody out.
everybody was holding up. Um, just see how you're doing with being in the house. Are you there alone? And y'all, before I go on any further, I'm just gonna say this. You're gonna hear some kids playing in the background because these folk don't seem to believe this shit where I live at. Let me just talk about them first. Y'all, it's kids running all over everywhere. I live in a townhome community, which means like in the way that it's set up is we're like in little cul-de-sacs, and there's probably like about 14 townhomes in each little cul-de-sac. Like it's like a half moon. So you can drive in one side and drive out the other side. Okay, y'all, it is kids running everywhere. Today they cut the grass, they planted flowers, and they trimmed up stuff. About 15 minutes after they did it, it was jackets on the floor, on the in the grass, water bottles, potato chip bags, all this kind of stuff. I was on my way to take my garbage out. About 8 little kids damn near ran me off the walkway leading to the dumpsters. Now, you would think that these are kids whose parents are not at home. No, the parents are here. They have pulled a table. Now, y'all, before I tell y'all this, let me just say this. We have porches, we have backyards, and we have front yards. They have pulled a chair, a table, like look like a damn dinette set to me. Pulled the dinette set out in the grass. Now, this the parents now. They're sitting on one end of the cul-de-sac. Their kids are down here playing where I live at. Now, y'all, don't get me wrong. I done had kids myself, badass kids at that. But if my kids were outside playing, I'm not gonna let them come down in your yard and be bothering you. Why, when I came back from the dumpster, was there chalk all in front of where I live at? I don't have no kids, y'all. So needless to say, I don't even get it. These people just, I guess they're sick of looking at these kids. They put them outside and they just letting them run wild. The sad part about it is the kids are playing with each other. Like, it's some kids that live about 5 doorways down from me, and then there's some that live about 8 doorways down, and then there's some they're all in the grass playing, rolling in the grass. It's you know what? I just watched on the news that in one state that the majority, they said 70% of the people who have died from it are black. I didn't even know that. Now, I didn't catch which, I think that's in Louisiana. Yeah, it's Louisiana. Y'all, why our people don't believe stuff? I, I just wanted to come on today too because I've been sitting here listening to YouTube and just watching videos. And I want to tell y'all this. Don't take medical advice from anybody that you hear here on YouTube. I was watching this one YouTuber's uh, channel, and she was talking about this drug that um, what's his name? Y'all president keep hyping. Y'all, let me tell you, I've told y'all several times that I work in the healthcare field. Now, I'm not on the front lines. I'm behind the scenes. I'm at the insurance company where when you go to the hospital and they submit your claim or you need something done, I'm the person at the insurance company. You know how you have to get authorization or something that you needed to get was denied. I'm the person that review your medical records, blah blah blah, to help you get it approved, or if it's been denied, see why we denied it, make sure you got all the that your doctor got all the medical records in that we need, blah blah blah. But I say that to say this: even though that I have to work with nurses and doctors all day. The reason why is because when you submit your stuff to the insurance company, we got to have some doctors on our end to review what your doctor sent in. So I get it ready for the nurses and then they review all the medical records. Pretty much that's what it is. The reason why I'm bringing that up is even with that little bit of knowledge that I have, I would not be sitting up trying to tell y'all what to take and what not to take. But this is what I will tell y'all. That doctor, the little short guy, Dr. Fauci on that be in the press reference, he is the head of infectious disease, and he's been doing this for 30 years all around the world. If he tells you that drug that the Trump is pumping up, that the results they see do not show that it helps or that it hurts. He said that it's the cases that they heard where it did provide some relief was anecdotal, meaning that yeah, it was a couple of them, but there's no definitive answer. It might have just helped those people, but everybody is built different. He also went on to say that in some cases it could cause adverse side effects, that because you're already sick, that it could lead to you getting even sicker and possibly dying. The reason why I'm saying that is, just say someone in your family contracted, do your own research. um, I prefer to listen to the scientists, the people that are in the labs who have been doing this for years, who have tracked other um, viruses. They do it for they've been doing it for years. Don't listen. And the reason why I keep stressing this is because the person that I was listening to, they were saying it with such authority that well, Trump is saying this, that, and the other, and that guy, Dr. Fauci, um, hey Stephanie, that the guy, Dr. Fauci, is saying no, 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 and he doesn't know what he's talking about because it has been successful in a couple cases. Y'all, let me just tell you something. I have a nurse that I work with, and I'm going to preface this by saying, and I hope this comes out the right way because I really love him and I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying this in a negative way. He's a very emotional gay nurse, meaning that he cries and he gets upset if you're sick and you're not taking care of yourself. He'll come over there and bust out crying and beg you to eat right and stop smoking if you smoke and all that. Well, he always tells me this. He says, we are not going to use human beings as well. This is what he's telling me about that drug. He said nobody wants to use a human being as a guinea pig. Because when I was asking him what does he think about that, he said because it's not something that has been used, because this is a new virus, that he wouldn't. In other words, I asked him would he take it if he got sick, and he said no, he wouldn't. He said he thinks like us, even though he's a nurse. He thinks like us. He said, now, if it had been, if COVID-19 had been out for years and they had went through all kinds of trials and, other people have taken it and I saw that they didn't get sick and they weren't dying, maybe I would. He said, but I wouldn't want to be one of the first ones that I'm in a dire situation and they playing with me with drugs. Let me give y'all a contrast. My mother told me about when birth control pills first came out when she was younger. She said that she grew up Catholic, and I guess, in their religion, or I don't know if it was just in my mother's house, but she was a little leery about taking it. And she told me that back in the day that the pills that they had were probably the birth control pills that they had were probably 3 times stronger than just the average pill that, yeah, I don't know how old y'all are because I know now they got all kind of birth control, but the average birth control pill, my mother was saying that back in the day theirs were 3 times as as strong as the ones we have now. And she said a lot of her little young girlfriends when she was younger had problems when they first start taking the pill. Now y'all know now the pill is so common that they give it to people just to regulate their periods, but you got to look at it from my mother's perspective. She was around when they first had birth control pills. So the whole point I'm trying to make is use your own discretion. I don't care how knowledgeable a person on here seems, or how self-assured they sound. Don't listen to these people on on YouTube, y'all. Even to just like if I see something on television and I don't understand it, y'all. When I was growing up, we had fucking encyclopedias. If you wanted to know about virus, you had to go get the V, the encyclopedia with the V on the cover. Uh, thumb through the pages, find it, read shit, turn pages. Now y'all got Google. If I don't know something, I will pick up my phone in a second, in a heartbeat, and be like, Google, what does this mean? Google, define this for me. Google, do this, because you have Google. Um, I I'm really scared about this virus, y'all. Again, I'm gonna say, because I said it the other day in my video, I don't believe in conspiracy theories. So I know a lot of people are talking about the 5G thing, and I explained why I don't believe that the other day. Basically, I was like, y'all, when I heard it, I was like, what the fuck? You know what, wait a minute now. But then once I did a little Googling and research and understood what the 5G was, I said to myself, well, okay, yeah, those are dangerous, because it ain't no lie. They are dangerous. They cause all kinds of cancers, because y'all know we done watch documentaries and movies about where they put different stuff in these rural neighborhoods, and years later the people are dropping dead, kids dying from cancers. I believe that if it's in your neighborhood, it's going to cause you, because it's radiation, all those type of problems. But I don't believe that it creates a virus. And if you Google it, and like if you Google 5G and COVID 19 virus, it'll start explaining why it doesn't cause the virus. So in other words, what I did is I was like, y'all, I was scared too. I said, well, are they putting this shit up in our neighborhoods or around us, and it's trying to kill us all? But then after I read it, I was like, well, okay, I won't move nowhere where they got them towers, because they do cause cancer. But as far as how I'm doing, y'all, I am diabetic. I'm type 2 diabetic, and I got some other issues. I've been diabetic for a while, and I have some problems with my pancreas. So the whole reason why I'm staying in is because when I read what it does to diabetics, that's what scared me and made me stay in. They're not saying that we're more susceptible to it, but what they're saying is that when we get it, because our systems are already, glucose deficient or this and that we're not the ones that fare well. We get really sick, and we are some of the ones that are dying. They see a trend when it comes to diabetics. So that's why I'm staying in the house. Now, I don't know if y'all went to my and I'm just gonna chit chat today, y'all. I don't know if y'all went to my community page. Well, y'all, let me tell you, I'm in the house, so I don't have no supplies. I got a sewing machine that I really don't know how to use, and I think I broke it. It was brand new. I don't know how to put back on this piece, but that's neither here nor there. Let me tell you what I did. So since I jacked up the sewing machine and I didn't know how to fix it, I watched one of these videos on YouTube because I needed me a mask, y'all. I ain't playing. Now they're saying that the mask does not prevent you from getting it. The reason why I made me some masks is because they're saying that if you have it and you don't know you have it, which a lot of people are walking around with it and don't know they have it, that it will prevent you from spreading your germs to someone else. So y'all, listen what I did. I went in my drawer, my bra drawer. I got a whole bunch of my old bras or bras that when I weighed a little bit more, your boobs a little bit more bigger. So I watched some YouTube videos and I made me each bra that I use, I got two out of it. Because think about it, you got two cups. So I made me, and if you go on my community page, you will see me with the bra on. Now, what I did do though is they talk about putting a filter in it. And y'all, let me just tell you this: I sewed it by hand. Well, actually, I used my hot glue gun on mine. I used the hot glue gun to put the things on around the ears, so to go around your ears. It was so easy. Once I cut the bra in half and cut off the straps, y'all, it took me less than 5 minutes to do each one. So, but what I did is I took and sewed in like a little pouch where I could put a filter in it. And listen to the filters that I'm using. I'm using my coffee filters. So all I do is, like, if I need to walk out, if I need to go to the store, I take the coffee filter and I cut it in half. And where it ends up is in front of my mouth and in front of my nose. So that way, like if I happen to sneeze or cough, or someone else sneezes or cough, I guess, I don't know, y'all. I just think that it's a little extra benefit. Now, my sister in law, she went to Home Depot. She used a bra too, but she went to Home Depot and she bought this little air filter. And I'll go on Facebook, and she sent me a picture of what she bought at Home Depot. She said they were really cheap. She used her bra and she sold it in the filter. Well, she sold her pouch too, but she's using that filter, which is much better than what I have. And one morning when I'm, you know, before everybody else goes out, I'm going to run to Home Depot and get me one of those, because I think that it would really be better than this coffee filter that I'm using. But I want to ask y'all something. And this is the part where it made me come on today. I was just sitting here thinking, y'all, I don't think we're going to be back out in the world for real, like, this lockdown or shutdown or whatever that they're doing for a few months. Let me tell you why. And I said this the other day in my video. You know how I said I work for a health insurance company? These health insurance companies like Anthem, and I'm going to run down the list: United Healthcare, Blue Cross is Anthem, what all else? Y'all know all the big ones. They are hiring people and as temps, and they are hiring you to work at home, work from home. They're shipping computer equipment to you. They're doing training on the line, online, and they're telling you that these contracts are going to be for a year. Now, the reason why I bring that up is I know that Blue Cross, a lot of their workforce works from home. United Healthcare, Aetna, I don't know. I got a lot of friends that work in healthcare, and I don't remember them telling me that United Healthcare and Aetna work from home. So, what I'm thinking, here's me just, wondering out loud: do these insurance companies they're looking at what's going on? Now, mind you, remember what I said I do for a living. When you go to the hospital and you're needing a hip replacement or you need some work done, and it's either denied or your doctor needs authorization, I'm the person at the insurance company that receives that request and works through it to make sure you get it. Is it that these insurance companies know something that we don't know? Are they looking at what's going on and saying, you know what, it's going to be a whole bunch of sick people. We are we're going to hire. Now, listen what they're doing. They're hiring all these people and they're telling you that the contract, the temps that they're hiring, that it's indefinite. Now, mind you, they have like, okay, in the department I work in, it's called appeals and grievances. So in our department, we have regular reps. They're hiring more temporary workers than what we actually have in our department. So what that's telling us is they anticipate, and all these people are going to be working from home. They must anticipate us being in the house for a long time. Now, y'all know they work hand in hand with hospitals and all that stuff. So that's worrying me. I don't believe that this is gonna just magically disappear, and that, because first of all, and I'm pretty sure y'all can hear these kids in the background playing outside, um shit all over everywhere, y'all kids running um left and right, but people are not staying in, you know. Like, I don't even go to the store to get what I need until nighttime, when when a store is just about to close, and they've cleaned up for the day. And a lot of our stores around where I live at, we have some drive-through stores. So if I need something, which I don't even go out that often, I normally go through the drive-through stores, or I try to go either very first thing in the morning when the store's clean, or at night when they've cleaned up because they're about to shut down. Y'all, I think we're gonna be in for a while. This stuff is scary. I my grandmother is alive, she'll be 95. She says in her lifetime she ain't never seen anything like this, where they're shutting down schools, banks, license bureaus, just everything is shut down. My mother has never seen anything like this. I'm 55. I've never seen anything like this. What's going on is not a hoax. Um, this brain dead as president y'all got, he, I don't know what's wrong with him, y'all. This is the worst time for us to have somebody like him in the White House, because first of all, he thinks he knows more than those professionals that are standing by him. And they so scared to, which I think this is some bullshit. See, they need some black reporters in there, because like yesterday I watched it, and one of the reporters was asking a question about this medicine. So he wanted the Dr. Fauci, the one that's the head of the little short man, that's the head of the infectious disease department. He wanted him to answer because he's a scientist. And did you see how Trump jumped in front of him and said, "Look, I already answered it like 15 times." And the reporter was like, "Well, he's a scientist. I want to hear his opinion." But see, Trump is so egotistical and narcissistic that he truly does believe that he knows more about this stuff than these doctors. And another thing, y'all, if you do your research on when America really knew, when we first got wind of what was going on over in China, it was back in December, y'all. This is fucking April. When you sit and listen to the breakdown of how everybody was sounding the alarm to Trump, trying to give him briefings about this growing thing that they were seeing going on in China, I did not realize that the first time he heard about it was in December. Then they came back the first week of January and they brought it to his attention again. They were so worried that he wasn't paying attention that they reached out to other people and like, "Can you get him to understand what is going on, what we trying to tell him?" So they kept doing this. It wasn't the people that are behind him that weren't sounding the alarm. It was him. They kept on, kept on, kept on. Do you know that Trump did not even take it seriously even after the first person had died from it. He didn't start taking it seriously, they said, until March 31st. Um, where when he came on and said that, I think he said that this was a disease and yes, it's going to be people dying. Y'all, what the fuck? So when I think about that, I'm not saying that maybe some people wouldn't have died, but my God, aren't we almost up to 10,000 people? What if we would have started listening back in December when they first brought it to him? Now listen, I saw something on Facebook today and this person was like, "Well, he only had 2 months. What all do y'all think he could have did?" And I made a list. I said, first of all, he could have quit saying that it was a hoax. He could have went to that national stockpile to see exactly what was in there, what needed to be replenished. You know, he claimed that Obama left the shelves empty. He should have been filling up the shelves. He should have been hiring uh, uh, companies to mass produce those ventilators, PPE. But you know what he did back in January? He sold China, they said like 2 ton, or I can't remember how many. I don't remember if they said $2 million worth of of those ventilators, or was it 2 tons? I can't remember which one. But he busy selling shit, and he didn't even try to prepare for us. Then another thing that I found out since I last did my video, he also is allowing US companies here in America that actually know how to make the stuff that these doctors and nurses and hospitals need. He is allowing them to sell to, countries overseas, and not even offering Americans the first dibs at a reasonable price. What these companies are doing is they're selling to the highest bidder. And because the American health system is so strapped, they don't have the money to compete with, say, Japan or Britain or whoever they selling it to. Y'all, if this don't show y'all that this country, oh God, it is not what we think it is. And it is not only him, it's our whole structure. Everything is about profit. Everything is about, I have not seen so many people be so unfeeling and so cold towards their fellow man. Y'all, I was not raised like that. I have not cried so much in so long that it's not even funny, just watching all these, as this number goes up. Because when you think about it, y'all, it's not just a number, those are people. Just think about it. Each one of those people that they have said died have families, loved ones. So it affects so many people. And then, y'all, I watched this video on Facebook where this nurse came on, and it was a black nurse, and that's what made me listen to it. She was crying so bad, saying that she can't take it anymore, that she knows that she signed up for this. She is not like she hasn't seen people die, but it's too much. She said it's wearing her down, it's taking it out of her. And then the video tells you to watch to the end. And at the end, y'all, she walks through these 3 rooms, and they're filled with black body bags of dead people. She's stepping over them because they're piled on the floor. Do y'all know that America just ordered 100,000 um of those black body bags? They, now think about what I just said. He can't order no these companies, he refused to order people to the whole country to shut down. He refused to order the US companies like they did back in World War II to mass produce stuff. But he was able to order those 100,000 body bags. Y'all, it seems like to me that we all are going to know somebody who has it if we don't have it. Let me just tell y'all, I have uh this is like a distant cousin. My mother tells me they're cousins by marriage of ours. Um one of them, it's a guy. He's in the hospital now with it. Bad fever. He explained that his fever is so high that he's hallucinating, that he's having dreams about dead people. Now he's in a hospital now, in isolation. And from what my mother tells me, because my mother is actually speaking back and forth to his mother, I guess he's around my age. Um, he's going through it. So this is the first person that I know that actually has it. I also have a little girl that I used to work with, and I call her little girl, but she's 27. If I'm old enough to be her mother, I call her little, I should say little young lady. She was sick a couple weeks ago, and because she has heart problems, they gave her, she actually has a pacemaker. She says she got it inserted in her chest when she was like 19 or 20 years old. So when she recently got sick, and a lot of her symptoms were like mimicking what the people, now this was a couple weeks ago when we first thought that it was just coughing and sneezing, because now we know that a lot of people are not even showing no symptoms. Well, they went ahead and gave her the test, and she had to wait and be quarantined at home waiting for the results. And the stuff that she was posting, now this girl's only 27 years old, was so heartbreaking because she has three little kids and she was worried. And I told her to, you know, just put it in God's hands, But luckily, she didn't have it. She just literally had a case of little bit of bronchitis. But even to that, y'all, have y'all heard what what happens to you when you get this? Both of your lungs, you get pneumonia, double pneumonia in both of your lungs. And that's what that black nurse was crying about. She said to stand there and watch these people just fight so hard just to breathe. If that don't break you down, y'all, I really don't even know. I'm gonna read of this one comment. It said, God has given us a chance to humble ourselves and reset. It's up to us to do better. I truly, truly believe that. I truly believe it. I believe that God is not happy with us. That He is telling us to take a pause and take into account how we treat each other. And look at the world, y'all. I'm not a religious person. And I'm going to put it this way: I don't go to church, but I'm a lot more religious than some of the people that go to church every Sunday. As far as being a decent person, I can't quote no Bible scriptures. I know a few of them, but I don't have all that. But I know that there is a God, and I believe that He's looking around. He's looking at this world and think of all the shit that is going on in this world. I think, y'all, that we're going through like a reckoning, and He is trying to tell us something, but people are not even listening. Even to, I know every one of y'all have seen this thing that they have passed around, and it's in the Bible, and it's Isaiah 26:20. What is it? Am I quoting the right one, y'all? It's Isaiah 20. Yeah, 26:20. I think that's it. And it says, "Go home, lock your doors, hide until the wrath is over, until God's wrath is over." I truly believe that even to some of the people that I know, what we're going to do, since we can't celebrate Easter, which I'm not going nowhere anyway, is we're all going to put something red over our door. You remember, like Passover and all of that? Put it over our door, because we, in other words, it's my way of telling God. And like I said, y'all, I'm not religious, but I'm telling him by doing that, you have my attention. You know, that I'm looking around at the people who refuse to stay in the house, who's talking about they're bored. Hell, I'm bored too. Y'all, I'm an empty nester. I have a man, but he live across town, and he don't want me over there, and I don't want him over here. So, because we're like, well, we can talk to each other on the phone, because for one thing, he's still going out to work, and I got a immune system, and like, he ain't trying to kill me. I like him, but I don't like him like that, y'all. So we've seen each other maybe twice, early on, but we do a lot of talking and texting on the phone. We ain't trying to have no sexting thing. We too old for all that shit, but we are talking. But I'm an empty nester. I'm looking out the window. So I'm hella bored. If I done dug out a sewing machine that my daughter had when she was like 12, and my daughter 25 now, it's a brand new sewing machine that she ain't never used when she was a teenager. I went down the basement and had cobwebs stuck all in my hair. I was like, well, let me dig out this. Let me find me some shit to do in here, because there's only so much cleaning you can do, so much watching television. Um, Netflix, I think I don't watch every fucking movie on Netflix. I'm sick of Netflix right now. Hulu, all that shit. I'm a little sick of it. So at some times of the day, I'm just sitting in the kitchen looking out the window, or on Facebook, checking in with my friends and stuff. Y'all, I don't know. What do you, okay, let me just ask the people that are here. Do y'all actually think, and before I ask you this, let me tell you why I'm asking you this. Something one of my friends put on Facebook, she said, when they tell us to go back out, I'm not about to be one of the first ones back out, y'all. I work from home. And if I gotta go some, like if my job be like, you gotta come in, I'm about to go to my doctor and have him print out something and be like, her immune system is compromised. And until, some shit, in other words, I'm not about to be one of the first ones back in them offices in that petri dish. When you work in an office building, you can't open the windows and shit. And we in cubicles, we not 6 feet from each other. I'm not about to be sitting by some of them nasty people that I work with that don't be washing their hands literally when they come out the bathroom for pooping. And I know I've seen them. I'm not about to be back at work working with them. But I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all believe, okay, let me ask it this way. When do you believe that we will be going back out? Because all of y'all live in different states, and so you know what's going on in your state. I want to ask, when do you believe that it will be safe to go back out? And while y'all thinking, I'm gonna think it, and I'm gonna type my answer in the chat box. And while I'm thinking, listen to these kids outside playing, y'all. Listen. And I'm about to put what I think. Okay, I'm on this Chromebook and I hate these. I got another laptop, but I figure I get this little thing some play. Okay, so I put fucking December maybe. Y'all, I think, and it's gonna be miserable in the summer. Now, thank God I got central air, y'all. I'm past menopausal, so it's not like I'm having hot flashes or none of that. But I'm gonna have to. I don't know, y'all. What we gonna do through the summer? Like, if we in for the summer, because do you know how many people are not going to be able to stay in? It's hard. I remember when my kids were little, it's hard to keep kids entertained. But Okay, somebody said hopefully in a few weeks, no one is hardly in Florida. So you're in Florida. Oh, I'm gonna put where I am. I'm in Ohio. I'm with Governor DeWine. Another thing that I didn't understand, like Trump, y'all know Ohio is a red state. I don't see why with these poor motherfuckers here, these backwoods folk that live here down in southern Ohio. I really don't know why we're a red state because it's some poor folk here. But Trump did send our governor whatever he asked for, which I think is unfair because yes, we have deaths here, but nothing like New York. He should be. What it is Trump doesn't like. Oh, you said no one is staying in. Oh, okay, so they're not. Wait a minute, but then your state, well, I can't even say that because in Ohio they did a stay in order, and y'all hear these kids out here playing. And the bad part about it is it's not like these are teenagers. These are kids that are like they look like they're under 12. Their parents are home. They're just running all over. Um, Literally, y'all, I went to take my trash out. We have a dumpster, and because they don't want the smell of the dumpster near where our townhomes. It's a nice little townhome community. They set them away. They're enclosed and all that. Child, I was walking down the walkway, and about 8 of these little kids damn near, well, they didn't damn near because I had to jump out the way. They damn near ran me down with their bikes. Like you know how you walk in and you think well, I'm a older, person. I'm a grown up. They see me dragging this garbage bag. They're gonna like go rat in the grass and let me walk by. No, I had to jump the fuck out the way because if I didn't, they would have ran me down. I was like, what the hell? The kids riding bikes and everything. The mothers have come out, put blankets out in the grass and drug. Like I said, like a kitchenette out there. I'm like, we supposed to be social distancing, but I'm gonna read y'all stuff. She said no one is staying in. No one hardly stays in except old people. Well, and I want to talk about that because y'all, I mentioned in my other video that, and let me just say this about my kids. My son just turned 33, April 4th, and my daughter is 25. And let me just say this. I had to hang up on my son the other day because I was trying to preach to him, and I guess I aggravated him. And basically, he told me to shut the fuck up. He didn't say that, but pretty much that he was like, Mom, Mama, here's what I think. And I don't want to say it's a problem, but here's what I think is the issue with some of the millennials, okay? They have never gone through anything. The world, now they claim that they went through 9/11, but 9/11 was in New York. It was in a centralized area. They watched it on television. They did not go through it. You know, it did not, unless you lived in New York, it touched you, but it didn't touch you. They claim they went through Ebola. No, you didn't, because Obama did what he was supposed to. And I think they said only 2 people died in America from it. It was over in Africa. He sent a group of people over there to study it, to see what America could do to keep it from getting here. Yeah, we heard about SARS and Ebola, but do y'all remember anybody dying from it? So here's what I think is going on with the millennials. I looked at it this way. Our ancestors, they went through slavery. They went through the middle passing over, over to America. Then they suffered through slavery. Our grandparents, they went through Jim Crow. They went through the Great Depression, and where things were really, really bad. And we've heard our grandparents tell us stories about having to scrape peeled potatoes that were rotten, and you know how our grandparents are wrench off their aluminum foil and save it. Okay, we got our parents. They went through um the 60s with all the stuff that was happening during that time with lynchings and all of that. The millennials, by the time it made it to them, generations before them had fought and died and made it a lot easier for them. Nothing has really touched them. They are very removed from reality, if you ask me. Their interactions are on phones and games, and they don't have that sense of we're in this together. Like, if we remember hearing stories from our parents that went through the civil rights movement, they were marching and singing and all of that. And the Great Depression, everybody was cooking pots of beans and pans of cornbread and help feeding the whole street if you knew somebody that didn't have food. Now, this is what my grandmother told me. The baker would save your grandma some day old bread. This is what my grandmother was telling me. Like, she said that she would go to this baker and she wouldn't get the fresh bread, that she would get what they call day old bread. And he would sell it to her for 10 cents or something because she really couldn't afford it. These millennials don't know nothing about suffering. So for them, this is an inconvenience. How dare you tell them that they can't go on spring break? How dare you tell them that they can't go hang out with their friends? Which I don't see why they have a need to go out, because think about it. They could be in the room with you and text you. I have been sitting up with my kids in the room and they text me a picture. You know how you're like, what the fuck? You're sitting right across from me. Just show me the picture on your phone. Um, Elle said if she's 50 and if she could stay in every minute, she would. Well, y'all, I'm staying in the as much as I humanly can. Now, what I have found myself doing is at night, just to get out the house for 30 minutes, I will get in my car with the windows open and I'll just drive through my neighborhood. Just to get out the house. And even to that, I'm starting to believe that this shit is airborne. Did y'all hear about? Now I know the tiger that had it in the Bronx Zoo. They said he got it from one of his handlers. But not only did the tiger get it, the tiger got a test. Y'all, the tiger was able to be tested. We can't get a test to see if we got it, but the tiger got a test because they noticed the tiger was sick. And they said now that they noticing a couple of the other ones are a little sick. So now the coronaviruses are, viruses that can be transferred from animals to humans. So I guess now that we humans got it, we done passed it to those tigers. I don't know, y'all, but I think again we're gonna be in for a while. I've been hearing about people that are committing suicide because they can't be by themselves. They don't, they don't. This social distancing is killing them. There was another guy that he shot his wife and then he committed suicide because he thought that they had it. And the sad part about it is when they tested them, neither one of them had it. They're gone now. Some people can't handle this. So what I'm telling you is, if you feel that, that you're getting stir crazy, call somebody. Because God knows I do too. Like, I'm walking around this house, I'm cleaning shit that don't even need to be cleaned. I'm thinking of stuff to do. Because although I'm a homebody, I'm not this much of a homebody. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. By the time this shit is over, I'm gonna be fluffy than a motherfucker. Because y'all, when I tell you I am eating, now what I did yesterday is I said, look, if you gonna eat, every time you eat, go down the basement, get on that treadmill, and walk on the treadmill. Because if not, by the time we do we are able to get out, they're gonna have to roll me up out here. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to fit through the door. Last night I was laying here, I was like, Ooh, I want something sweet. I went downstairs and made some brownies, a whole pan of brownies. Who I making brownies for? I done told y'all I'm an empty nester. Who eating all the brownies when I'm not letting my kids in? Like they can't come in here, and I'm not going over their house. I don't even think I could pass some brownies through the door, y'all, because I'm gonna eat the brownies. But why am I making all this stuff? We gonna be fat. Our minds gonna be messed up from being in the house because we're meant to be around each other. That's what God intended us to be. But I don't know. Somebody said that they believe that we'll be back out in a few weeks. I sadly don't. And again, y'all, I'm gonna go back to how I see these insurance companies gearing up. Why are they gearing up with all the staff? Like the amount of agents that they're hiring to work, we don't need, like, what are they anticipating? You know? And then they're letting these people work from home. Like they're when I first started at this company, I wasn't working from home. We worked from the office. Our CEO didn't even believe in the particular company I work for now. He doesn't believe in working from home. Even now, the only time they will let us work is if they got some we're behind in something, they'll let us take our laptops home. But now they're telling the people coming in, you can work from home, and this is they're saying 6 months to unlimited. These are temps. This is crazy, y'all. I've never heard of this. So if you are administrative health support, like member services, provider services, any of that stuff, contact one of these health insurance companies, because some of them are saying, now, first of all, you can work from home. They're providing the equipment. Now, this only thing about the equipment, I'm a little worried about, like, if they send me something, bringing it in my house. So what I'm gonna tell them is, I'm leaving the box outside. It's not coming in my house. And before I open up whatever, I'm gonna have to spray it down with some Lysol or something, so the computer might, if they send me something, because see, I have a laptop, but they want us to have like a desktop, because they want you to have more than one monitor. You know how a lot of these jobs you're using multiple monitors, because there's so many applications that you have open, that one monitor would be too crowded. So it is it's gonna be a while, y'all. She says, I go out once a day to get fresh air. I can be by myself, but my son is 19 and he's with me. We get essentials and sit out for a while or walk to exercise every day. Yeah, I would, but these kids are home. I guess over the winter, what happened is my townhome community, um, they rented to a whole bunch of families, and it's warm, and now they're all starting to come out. These little kids are every freaking where. They're everywhere. And their parents are nowhere to be seen. Y'all hear them in the background. They out there playing. They having a good time. And y'all, I don't blame the kids. I blame the parents. I thought about, like, what would I do if my kids were yeah, I got my windows open though, y'all. Because you want a little air. I don't want to be turning on air this early because I really don't need it, but my house is a little stuffy. But I had thought about, if my kids were still at home, would I be letting them go out? Now we have backyards, y'all. So here's what I would do if I was still the parent of kids that are underage. I would have them in the backyard. I would have a belt. Now I know y'all probably gonna trip. Some of you who don't believe in whooping kids, but this would be one time that my kids would have got a whooping. I would tell them, you can go outside, but you have to stay in the backyard. We can't have no friends over. You're only going to be out there for a certain amount of time. We'll do this a couple of times a day, but I would not just be out. I don't care how old my son was. If I don't care if he was 17 or 18, he would not be going wherever he wanted to. You said go out there and throw a ball to those kids. They ain't about to kill me, girl. They ain't about to kill me. Matter of fact, when they out, that's the main time I stay in, because they running all over, chalk everywhere, and their parents are out there. I don't get it. And they're letting them play with the other kids. I just it's even a lady out here with some toddlers. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Y'all hear them? I don't know. Well, y'all, I guess I'll get back to my quarantine, but go on my community wall and look at the mask that I made from my old bra, y'all. I Now what's funny, this why I ended up arguing with my son, and I know he wasn't gonna wear my old bra wrapped around his face, but I had texted him a picture of the mask that I made, and I was like, son, I could make you one. And of course, he was like, "Mom, I'm not wearing your old bra." I said, "Boy, I'll figure out how to get some material, cut up an old dress or something, and I'll make you one." And he was like, "No, thank you." So the mother and me, I got to arguing. Well, fuck you. If your ass end up with coronavirus, I can't come visit you and shit. Blah blah blah. Eventually, I had to hang up on him. I said, "You know what? Let me leave this boy alone. He 33 years old. Hopefully, I gave him enough sense to know to protect himself. Because when I hung up on him, he texted me a picture of a big gallon jug of hand sanitizer he had and blue gloves. He got gloves and he got hand sanitizer. I just wanted him to have a mask. Even though he 33, got a woman and all that stuff, I still feel that as his mother that I could take care of him better than she can. So, um she said, "Yes, that's dangerous with them all playing together." When I told him I had showed him this other, but I told him, I said, "Look, I got a black bra. I'll make it black. They won't even know that it's a bra because once you cut it up, you can't even tell it's a bra." Like, and it actually fit real good, like around my neck. Y'all, I used the one with the underwire in it, but the underwire was choking me, so I I had to take that shit out. I pulled the underwire out because it was leaving every time I bent my neck, it was leaving a mark on my neck. But because it was thicker, because the underwire was in there, when I took the underwire out, then it fit up against my neck really good. So go take a look at it. If y'all make any masks, are any of y'all wearing masks? If y'all make any masks, post them. A couple of my friends done made some really nice one. They got zebra print and red ones. My one friend, like she had to go out every day. She done practically made one for every fucking outfit. Her shit is color coordinated. She had me cracking up. She was like, "If I'm gonna wear it, girl, I'm gonna be styling." I said, "Child, I just want to be, protecting myself. But if you make one, I don't know if you can post it on my wall. I don't know all the ins and outs of how to do all this stuff. But y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. It's that time of day. I gonna eat again and nap again. Y'all, one day I had napped in the evening. I woke up. I thought it was the next day. You know how you be like, "Oh Lord, at least I killed some time." Do y'all know it was the same fucking day? I was like, "When is this day gonna be over? Please let me get to the next day. It's too much free time." The sad part about it is, we when we were so busy, running here and there, we wish for some little free time where we could sleep and lay around. But now, child, look. Matter of fact, when I get off here, I better go walk on this treadmill. I want to tell y'all to stay safe, stay in as much as you can. I know a lot of you probably still have to go to work. When you go to these stores, stay away from some of these people, because y'all know they got some fools out here spitting on people and coughing on them trying to be funny. I tell you this, if a motherfucker spit on me, I'm picking up something, I'm busting on upside the head. I'm gonna be the last person they spit on or cough on, because that's some nasty stuff. And right now it's not funny. It's just not funny to be spitting on. We don't know if you are a carrier. You could be playing and take one of us out playing like that. But again, y'all stay safe. I'll get with y'all in the next couple days to see how y'all holding up. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, y'all. I don't know. I might be sitting out in the yard around midnight or something, just looking at the moon or something, just to be outside, letting the air blow on me or something. And it would be easier if this had happened in the winter because you said laugh underwire. They're making them and selling them here in Mass. I want to make some also. Have a great evening. I need a nap. You stay safe and take care. Yeah, y'all stay safe and take care too, because I really need to go walk on this treadmill. And I'll check back with y'all in a couple days. We gotta hold each other up. We gotta hold each other up because it's gonna be a while. Take care, y'all. Bye bye.